Welcome to the fucking show, you magnificent fucking bastards. We're here playing some Dungeon Crawl Classics, as you can tell by the fucking framework around us.
Hell yeah.
Shut up, phone. What are you doing? Oh, we got a new Twitter follower.
Ooh. Sight.
Anyway.
Your fault, Twitter follower.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. We're here to play some Dungeon Crawl Classics. I don't know, we had the idea of maybe we should do something for Halloween, even though it's currently November 2nd. But as Jake was just talking about, there's still a correlation.
Yes.
And you know what? We want to fucking do it. So if you got a problem with that, you and the cat you wrote in on can go fuck yourselves. Yeah, so today we are playing the Dungeon Crawl Classics Halloween adventure. Ooh. They served Brandolyn Red. That's what we're going to play.
I bet Brandolyn Red was delicious.
Probably.
See, this is a considerate Halloween special where people are able to do all the stuff they wanted to do on Halloween.
Yeah.
And then still have...
Yeah. You know, this is when you're warming up some Thanksgiving turkey shit. And you're like, man, I miss Halloween. Let's see what's on YouTube.
I can't wait for those mashed potatoes, but I'm not done with my Reese's.
Yeah, true that.
This is one of those episodes.
True that.
That's right.
Beer. All right, so we're doing a funnel. They Serve Brandolyn Red can be ran as a level 1 adventure or a funnel, and we're running it in funnel mode.
Ooh,
so all of the
fun is already
players here have all been given a stack of character sheets and a little blurb of information. To start this bad mamma jamba out, it's a gray autumn afternoon in the village of Port Tonnelle, but the residents are excited and festive. After years of petty feuding, two of the town's most prominent and influential families, the Lettys and the Whitegrass, are finally making peace as the young noble, Sir Hort Letty, takes the elven beauty, Lady Nala Whitegrass's hand in marriage. The entire town is in attendance, and you all find your eyes moist with tears of joy as the lanky Father Geralt orates in a booming voice. And as they consummate this wine symbolizing the spirit, may Lady Nala and Master Horse become one, whereby only death itself may come between them. The young couple gives each other a loving kiss and begin drinking from two ornate wine goblets.
man, we've been drinking from some ornate wine goblets.
So, at this point, I would like you've all been given a little stack of paper sheet. Go ahead and flip that over. You should see the first thing is what family you belong to. Who are you here with? Ooh. So, second page, Jake, it's underneath your family coat of arms there, is just some information about your family, some rumors you've heard.
Oh, we get to name them?
And then after that are 3 level 0 characters. So, what I want you all to do is, first off, why don't we go through, introduce who you are, and introduce what family you belong to. And then we'll go through and you guys can work on naming your characters. And then we'll talk about some housekeeping that makes Dungeon Crawl Classics a little easier to run. So Jake, why don't you start us off?
Well, I'm Jake, and I am apparently a representative of the Dragon Tier family. The Dragon Tier family has always lived modestly. At one point, there were rumors of inheriting a large sum of money from the Vintner family, but it never came to pass. Though about 150 years ago, a Dragon Tier girl named Brandolyn married into the Vintner family. There was a bunch of family drama regarding this, and when there was no inheritance, there was no inheritance after her death, and her family's claim to fame now is that the famous Brandolyn Red wine is named after Brandolyn Dragon Tier. There's an old family rumor that one of the old creepy elves would pay money of Brandolyn's bones, supposedly to satisfy some evil elven demon's request. So, yeah, a little bit of drama.
Okay.
A little bit of wealth that turned to nothing that turned into renown.
Okay. Well, why don't you work on getting your character's name and kind of looking through it, and we'll move on with Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Good job.
I am in the Whitegrass family. The Whitegrass family, descendant cousins to the bride Nala Whitegrass. Your elven relatives have all been tense as the wedding approaches. There are some that fear the king of Elfland does not want this mixed-race marriage to occur. The grace of elves were never meant to mix with dirty, feral humans. Wow, what a racist.
Yeah.
There's a dark family secret that Lotrin Whitegrass would pay a reward for the retrieval of the bones of Brandolyn Vintner, a human that lived and died over a century ago. The rumor states he wants to use her bones as an ingredient for some sort of potion. Ooh, cannibalism. Nala's mother disappeared over a century ago under mysterious circumstances. Lotrin has been despondent, and withdrawn ever since. 32 years old. Never read that word before.
Good. You do the same thing. Start going through your characters, naming them.
Every day.
Dan?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm in the Letty family, and you're distant cousins to the groom, Hort Letty. Your family is one of the most prestigious in Portnell, even if your current occupation is not. Whitegrass family never approved of the marriage of your cousin Hort to the elf Nala. Frezzo idolizes his brother. He's become withdrawn after learning that his brother was going to get married.
Okay.
I already know what I'm naming my people.
How many characters were we supposed to have?
3. How many do you have?
2.
You're dragon tier?
Yes.
For my mistake, I'm going to try
Feel
and
free to
toss.
crumple it and throw it at me. Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
All right. I am in the Vinter family.
Oh.
Vinter, like winter with the
So we're just
V.
writing down names.
Your family was once considered prominent, but fell into poverty after a catastrophe at the family-owned Lonbo Vineyard. It's not unusual to hear jokes made in town at your expense. The Vinter family was once legendary for quelling an Ant-Man invasion 200 years ago, and then establishing the once famous Lonbo Vineyards on the site of the attack. Its most famous wine was the Brandolyn Red. It is rumored that Gage Vinter, the man who crafted Brandolyn Red, included a magical ingredient in the wine, explaining why it's so coveted. Gage Vinter became a recluse after his wife, Brandolyn, died in a freak accident when she drowned in a pond in the vineyard.
Okay.
All right.
So you all have family ties to this wedding. You should be working on, everyone should have 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
You should be naming those characters.
Done.
So
Our
the
names.
way we're going to do this, the way I've kind of learned in DCC to make a funnel a little more playable. Marching order. I want you to lay your character sheets out in the marching order that you want them to walk in. Character you want up front, you put furthest from you, the middle one, and then the back one. And then I also want you to number those characters. Put a number in the corner of each one, 1, 2, and 3. So that way, when, something happens to the front of the party, we know it's the character in front. Something happens to the back of the party, we know it's the character in back. Or randomly, I can just roll a die, and I can say, Jake, what's your number 2? This thing happens to number 2. When we're doing skill checks, so, you go up, you try to pick a lock, you try to eavesdrop, you pick your character with the best stat in that skill, and you make the skill check using that character. So you're one player with 3 different sets of skills to draw from. Which is something you talked about before, and it ends up that's the right way to do it.
Heck yeah.
So be familiar with your characters. When a skill check comes up, pick the character that'll do best in that situation. If we come to combat, you as a player will roll initiative. You'll use the highest initiative of all of your characters, And on your turn, all 3 of your characters will take their turn. And each character then gets a turn. So this character moves over here and attacks. This character moves over here and does this. This character moves over here and does that. DCC is a pretty flat skill thing. So you can move, you can do like a free action, and then you can make an attack. Somewhere, maybe in the stack of papers, if not, Joe over there has a little booklet, a starter set for DCC. I really wish I bought myself the DCC quick reference book, and it had all that stuff in it. It's a really awesome little booklet. But of course, I fucking forgot it. So yeah. That clear? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Everyone has their characters laid out on the table in their marching order.
Mm-hmm.
You know their names.
Mhm.
Who's got a really cool character? Someone that you think will do well?
I've got Lipton the Hunter.
Okay.
He's got 4 HP, so that's kind of promising.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's really good. And he has 1 initiative and no negatives and a sharp bow.
Okay.
So I'm betting on him. He also has 11 AC, which is
That's pretty
a
good.
little bit better than anyone else. So I think he's the powerhouse of the group.
Okay.
I've got a soldier named Dolly Dragonteer who's got a shield and a spear.
Okay.
So she's ready to kick a little ass, hopefully. Then I've also got Budrick Dragonteer, who is known by a nickname, Bedrick Dragonteer, because he is a sluggish, sleepy bastard, and he's kind of a wuss.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
There you go. So another thing, DCC uses what they call
Faith in any of my characters.
That's fair. What they call the Zoki dice. I don't know if we're going to come across a lot of use for them. Generally, you all should be ready to roll your character's damage die, a d20, and a d10 for most things. If we get into initiative, and if you're wielding a two-handed weapon, you'll need to roll a d16 for your initiative, and I believe that I have a d16 here. So if you're using a two-handed weapon, I can just roll that for you and tell you what the number is.
Okay.
So for now, since we're just using the one set of dice, if there's a weird dice you need to use, if it's easy to figure out, like a d3, it's just divide by 2 on a 6, 10 divide by 2. Any of the higher stuff, I can just roll for you and tell you the number.
Okay.
No need to make it more complicated. Also, anyone interested, the character sheets that we're using are just the pre-generated or the auto-generated ones from, I think it's like Purple Sorcerer. There's a website just full of DCC resources. And you can just make, like I just told it, like, give me 10 sheets with 4 characters per sheet, and just fucking told it to print it out. So,
Not so bad.
yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Should have done better with Bort, who only ended up with 1 HP, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you
I
know.
only have 1 HP.
Or Bert, who has 2 HP. Bart's the only one with 4 HP.
Okay. So, you all are enjoying the festivities. Nice.
My guys all have
Cheers erupt from the crowd. The newlyweds look at each other blissfully before you notice Lady Nala start to cough and sputter.
Oh, death has already arrived.
She drops her cup where it smashes, spilling the dark contents across the ground. Suddenly, creatures resembling ants the size of men burst up from the earth, and all around you the cheers of joy transform into screams. To your left, you see Farmer Toto's bald, sunburned head get clamped between the mandibles of one of these creatures with a revolting pop. It explodes like a rotted pumpkin, splattering those around him with skull and blood.
God damn.
Oh, no.
You're horrified to see more of the creatures skittering through the crowd, decapitating and disembowelling guests indiscriminately. Turning back to the newlyweds, you see one of the beasts grip Sir Hort's neck between its mandibles. Father Gerald desperately pummels the ant-man with his fists, but with a sickening crunch, the beast clamps its pincers tight together, popping the young nobleman's head savagely from his torso before scampering back into the forest with its bloody prize in its clutches.
That was a very brief marriage.
As you reach down for your dagger, your fans... What's that?
Speedrun marriage.
Yeah. Your hands find only an empty scabbard, as you now remember how weapons were banned from the ceremony. Panic grips the crowd as the chittering beasts continue to rip through the wedding courtyard. Okay.
They said no PvP, but they didn't account for no PvE.
Yeah. So, first off,
Poor wedding planners.
why don't we go ahead? We're going to presume you don't have any weapons.
Yeah,
God damn it.
that's a bad decision.
Two of the
I thought
Ant-Men
I
you
had a
see
dagger.
are still ripping through the crowd. And with this, let's roll initiative. It's going to be a D20 plus your initiative score.
I should have a D20 up.
Well, there goes my only nat 20 of the night
Nice.
or day.
So we're using the character we wrote as one.
Pick your character with the highest
Highest
initiative.
Okay. Sorry. That's easy.
All right, Joe?
17.
No. Dan?
22.
Chris?
19.
Jake?
Also 17.
Jake and Joe,
We
roll
rolled
me another
uncommonly high on
D20.
initiative for once.
Just flat.
Just flat.
16.
17.
All right, Jake, I'm upgrading you to an 18. So it is going to be Dan, Chris, Jake, right, Dan, Chris, Jake, Joe.
Blah.
You look around the wedding there, Dan, because it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your weapons on you. What characters did you have? What classes or occupations?
Animal trainer, noble, and costermonger.
And what?
I have no idea. That's Costermonger.
You should Google that.
Yeah.
You said animal trainer what?
Noble, and whatever that third thing is.
All right, yeah, you wouldn't have any weapons, but it is your character's turns. You can see all sorts of things you might be able to wield as maybe improvised weapons. Maybe there's a juggling pins. You might see a table leg or something like that looks like it might make a good club. Maybe there's the food table and you see some carving knives. Maybe a lute from a minstrel you could use as a real basic club. What are your characters going to do?
Bart already uses a club, so I think
You don't have your weapons.
Well, I know. So
Okay.
I'm just thinking he already
Yeah.
uses a club. Maybe he'll go for a table leg.
Okay. So your character runs up and snaps a leg off a table as a club. What are your other two doing?
I guess the other two will probably go for whatever knives or blades they can find.
So you run up to the carving table where the food was getting served at, and one of them finds like one of those weird cake spatulas, but it kind of has an edge on it, and the other one maybe runs up to like a giant leg of
Meat
ham or something like that, and there's actually a full carving knife, and you grab it. So treat those each as daggers, dealing a D4. The club will do a D6, and with that, we'll end your turn.
Okay.
Chris, feel free to, if you guys can think of a reason why a certain kind of weapon would be there that you could improvise real quick. Let's go with it. Creativity is rewarded.
Do my characters know where the weapons were taken when they were taken?
Yeah, you would have checked you would have known that you weren't allowed to bring your weapons with you at the time. You're in your finer clothing, or as fine as your clothing can get. You left your weapons at home. Unless
At home?
At home. What are your occupations?
They did check him at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old TSA style.
Elven Sage.
Left my ticket.
elven barrister, and elven sage.
You got 2 sages.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, yeah, you wouldn't have, like, if you had like a thief or a cut jack or some shit like that, maybe you might have reason to hide a dagger or some shit on your person. So what are you gonna do, Chris?
They were gonna head for the door to try and go get their weapons, but if the weapons aren't around, they're just gonna improvise.
Yeah.
This
is like an outdoor kind of wedding too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they're just gonna.
So what kind of weapons are they going for?
Thinking like heavy silverware.
Use like daggers.
Yeah.
Okay, you can
either silverware or like, I know at weddings like that they store the wine bottle in or whatever. They have like heavy bowls and stuff.
Okay. So why don't you? So you're wanting to? We'll say you find a. We'll say like you find like a candelabra or some shit, and you can use it as a club. Maybe you find like an ornate butter knife, and you can use it as a dagger. And we'll say you find like a giant like stone mixing bowl or some shit on the food table. Just use it as like a
Is there
club.
like a pretty ice sculpture? Or look for an ice pick?
No. Yeah, I'll say, okay, there's an ice pick there at the ice sculpture. So pick some of those dagger type items, do a D4, club type items, do a D6, record what you got on your character sheet. Next up is Jake.
The oldie medieval frozen ice sculpture.
Yeah.
They're that classy.
Dolly's good with a shield and a spear, neither of which she has, so...
There's like flagpoles and stuff, or like the flags for the ceremony
like
besides the
banners.
Yeah, and you can see there on like well, you know how like at like the by the school when a principal does the Pledge of Allegiance or some shit, there's that little flag that looks like it's got the point on it.
Okay, yeah,
You
so
can
grab
grab
one of them.
And you can trade like a fire hardened spear or something like that.
Get yourself a serving plate.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like a chair.
Oh, that works too.
Like
So what Dolly is a
chair out as
soldier.
shield and then poke, poke, poke.
Okay. So we'll go ahead. I don't remember what the bonus for a shield is. We're going to go with a 2.
All right.
So treat your AC is 13.
12. Her
okay.
AC is 10.
Okay.
Okay,
So she's got a spear and a makeshift shield. What about your other two? She was a soldier. What's your other characters?
One character is a cooper who specializes in building and repairing wine casks.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know what he would do.
Maybe he runs up to the barrels of wine and there's a mallet that they use for driving.
Putting the taps in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can grab that mallet and use it as like a basic club.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And Budrick is a woodcutter who uses a hand axe, meat cleaver.
Yeah,
perhaps.
you can find a meat cleaver.
Yeah.
So small things do a D4, so the meat cleaver D4. The larger things, you're going to do a D6 in damage.
All right.
Yep, Joe.
All right. So I have Salad Vinter, the squire. I think he'd go for like a pot lid or something.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild style.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, what was your third character again? Oh,
it's got a handle.
Soldier Cooper and...
Woodcutter.
Okay. Okay, so Squire, you grab a
pot lid,
Yeah.
shield, and
Yeah.
then if there's like a torch or anything around, he'd use
Yeah,
this, like,
there would be
club.
like some tiki torches.
Yeah.
Like
one of those.
you old tiki torch.
Yeah.
Use it as a
People's
club with a little bit of fire on it.
Hawaiian themed.
Yeah.
Yes.
wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab one of those. Then I have Vincent Vinter, the cheesemaker.
Okay.
I think he'd go for like some sort of cleaver as well, or
He sees a giant wheel of cheese on the food table, and he runs up and he grabs the set of cheese knives.
all right. Yeah, he feels very comfortable with those.
Yeah.
And then there's Lipton Vinter, the hunter, and he'd be looking for like. Were there any like guards at the wedding? I imagine if it's a higher up wedding.
Yeah.
Were there any of them that were killed by the ant people that were left?
I want you to roll me a luck check.
Okay.
So roll it, add your
right
luck
there.
modifier.
My luck modifier. Oh, he has luck. So that is a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he finds a dead soldier. Strapped to the soldier's back is a short bow with a quiver with like 6 arrows.
That is perfect, because that's what he uses.
And then also on his side is a short sword.
All right, he's going to grab both of those. And
Okay.
grab the...
He's the most well-armed. And he's skilled with it, so I'll let you take his regular damage for those.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Now it's the ant's turn.
He's the thinker. That's the group.
The whole group, in fact.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to roll myself.
One of these days, maybe I'll think too.
All right, I'm going to roll. We're going to call this a D6. Where's my D6? 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 5 and a 6, they can just grab a random guess.
Hopefully it's a 5 or a 6.
It's a 3.
Oh.
Chris, I'm going to roll myself a D3. Character number 2 of yours. One of these giant ant creature comes up and attacks it with giant mandibles, rolling an 11 for its attack. What's your AC?
On
Character two.
It is 10.
Okay, the attack connects.
I hope he wasn't an important character.
Dealing 2 pinching damage.
He pinch.
That's rude.
Is your character still up?
Yes.
God, that would have killed almost all of mine.
That would have killed 2 of my 3 characters.
You're also still trapped in this thing's pincers. So on your next turn, you're going to have to do something about it with that character.
Okay.
But we're going to move back to the top of the initiative order.
Short sword of D6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan.
I'm kind of curious to check to make sure that the bride's actually dead, maybe?
Okay.
If there's ants up there, I'll try and fight them, I guess.
Okay, you only see 2 giant ants.
That would have killed one.
One of them's ripping through the crowd, and the other one's actually got a person in its pincers right now. It looks like one of the whitegrass family.
Okay, well, if there's only 2 ants, I suppose we'll just deal with the ants at hand.
Okay, the rest of the ants, there were more, but they all scampered off into the woods.
We'll start with the one that's got a somebody.
Okay.
It seems the most dangerous.
Okay. So what are your characters doing? You've got 3.
I think they're just all going to pile on and try and kill it.
They make 3 attack rolls.
Yep. And one more. Decreasing efficiency every attack. I'm trying to remember, what do I add to my attack roll on this?
What are you using?
Club for one character.
Strength. If it's a melee, you add strength.
Dagger for the other 2.
If
That's
it's-
still...
Yeah.
Okay. First one's a 16.
That's going to be a hit.
Second one's a 14.
It's a hit.
And the third one is... Oh, no, sorry. The second one is an 11.
That is not a hit.
Okay. And the third one's a 12.
That is a hit.
Okay.
So you got 2 hits. Roll your damage. If it's a melee weapon, you can add your strength modifier to damage. Minimum of 1 damage. If it is a ranged weapon, you do not get to add any modifier to damage.
Okay, that sucks because my strength modifier is a minus.
Okay.
So it takes it from a 6 to a 5 for the club.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's, you run up with your club and you cave this thing's little ant head in, killing it in the first blow.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah. So there's one other ant. Your characters run up to that one and waylay the first one. Then we're going to go ahead and move over to Chris.
Okay.
Your character that's trapped, you can try and make a strength check to break free of the mandible. Actually, no, the creature's dead, so your character is free.
Nice.
One ant is still there, ripping through the crowd. You can see that a member of what family are you in?
Letty.
The Letty family actually came to your aid and saved your life.
What race are the ladies?
Human. Everyone's human except for the whitegrass.
So Arlen goes, and then like turns and goes to attack a different ant.
Okay.
And
Buzzcocks, like, as expected.
your rightful place. She goes over and tries to stab another ant with a steak knife.
Okay. Roll that.
Is it still just a D20?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. Natural 20.
Oh, that's going to be a critical hit. We'll need to roll on the critical hit table, which would be one of those ones there in front of you.
Crit table. All level 0 characters. Okay. And you roll a 30 for this, or?
No, let's...
Because it says there's a 20 plus possibility. That's weird.
Oh, yeah. You can... It goes way up there.
Is it just a 20 then?
Hang on.
I thought there was some kind of modifier.
Combat. Crit table 1. Page 20. Chris, I don't know. Roll a... It's not going to be a 20. Roll me a... damn it.
D12 to start.
Yeah, I remember something underneath, but
Let me just roll a D12.
All 0 level characters roll a D4, and you add your
D4.
luck modifier to it.
Ew.
You add your positive luck modifier. If you have a negative luck modifier, you don't add it to it. So roll a D4.
Okay.
And tell me what you got.
1.
Opportunistic strike. Inflict 1d3 damage with this strike. So roll your regular damage.
Nice.
And then add a d3. And actually, yeah, you can
roll a d6 and divide by 2.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Unless you have a way to roll a d3.
That'll be 3 damage then.
Okay. Thing is still up.
With a steak knife.
So that's one of your characters, right?
Yeah.
You got 2 more.
Okay. The other 2 are gonna gang up on this ant.
All right.
and
Roll their
attack it
attacks.
with Arlen. Another natural 20.
Are you serious? What are you rolling with?
RPG simple dice.
Okay. Then roll another d4 and add your positive luck modifier.
4.
Strike to the foe's kneecap. Inflict 1d4 damage with the strike, and the foe suffers a -10 penalty to speed.
Which
I
kneecap
didn't,
did you attack on?
I didn't add the modifier. That's actually Lucky Strike disarms foe, gain a free attack. The enemy stops to retrieve his weapon.
All right, well, roll your damage for that first attack. I'm just going to tell you, this will
Can't
most
disarm
likely...
an ant.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay.
You literally knock his face off.
4 damage.
Okay. That ant is dead.
Sweet. Now it's Zarlin Whitegrass's turn.
All the ants are dead.
Okay. He just pats Farlin on the back. Says, good job.
When these ants die, you can smell this weird, almost acidic, garlicky smell coming like off their course from like their blood. But with the ants dead, the screaming kind of dies down and people collect themselves. One of the Letty, who's the Letty family?
I am.
You would recognize this is Frezzo, the groom's brother. He comes up to you. Sheet white, scared as can be. They took my brother's head! Those things took his head!
It's fucking terrifying.
And then he kind of
They're dead now, friend. Don't worry about it.
stumbles off. But you hear a booming cry from the other side of the wedding area. And you look to see, and you would actually recognize it again as Sir Hedrick Letty, the father of the now dead groom and brother Frezzo, who just talked to you. This was your doing! As he points out at the bride's uncle. You would recognize this as Lormond Whitegrass. And Hedrick booms out. You never approved of our marriage. You used your elven magic to summon these insects, and it killed my son. You and your kind are going to pay. Ms. Lorman retorts back, liar. And
my characters jump up next to him.
Okay. As
To
your
defend him.
the uncle Lorman accuses the father, did you see the bride Nala coughing and sputtering before the ants attacked? You poisoned her. You tried to kill her to get out of the wedding. How dare you? So at this point, we're going to kind of move in. Joe, if you want to, that piece of paper I handed you earlier. This is kind of a family tree. If you guys want to look over
They're
it.
actually trees.
Starts at the bottom, goes up. So if you guys want to do any questioning, any talking to people, checking on people.
So all of these people are basically here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be curious who supplied the wine.
Probably us, the Venter.
Yeah. The Venters are the ones who own the winery.
The wine people.
So you would...
And the cheese people.
And the cheese people, yeah. Well, wine and cheese go together.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you would know that it was probably your family that sold the wine. So if you wanted to go and check out the bride's broken goblet or something like that, you can...
Yeah.
I'd be curious to check out their wine.
Yeah, I'm going to have Vincent Venter, the cheesemaker,
Okay.
so go up on that too.
I want you to go up there and I want you to make me an intelligence check. This would be something you're familiar with, so roll a d20. Add your intelligence modifier. Fucking Christ.
3.
You taste it. It tastes like there's been dirt on it. Of course, it fell on the ground.
Clear.
But in that dirty, you do taste almost a weird kind of nuttiness that doesn't seem familiar with the wine.
Does Hork's wine have the same taste?
You can go up and his wine gauntlet, whatever the goblet, dropped, and there's still a little bit in it, and you can go up and you can taste it, and you don't taste anything weird in it.
So whatever it was in that glass.
Well, why don't you go ahead and make me an intelligence check, just to make sure.
Oh, okay.
What character are you making this with?
The taste, you mean?
Yeah.
Probably the noble, since he's probably the only person.
Okay, yeah,
who's
roll your
gonna have
d20.
wine.
Yeah.
That is, with my intelligence, 14.
No, you do kind of pick up, like, there is a weird nuttiness to this. Something's not right.
So both seemed poisoned.
There's some nut in my wine.
That's the worst kind of thing.
That sounds so wrong.
Yeah.
It appears that they are both poisoned.
Yeah.
Something's fucky at this way.
So, you see now what looks to be the bride's father.
We might bring attention to that the wine appears to be poisoned for both the groom and the bride.
Okay. You call it out, and some people react harshly to it. The Lormond Whitegrass has a strike of vindication against the Lettys. Like, you did poison that precious Nala, the bride.
Why would we poison our own?
But it's at this time that Lotrin Whitegrass, the kind of the patriarch of the Whitegrasses, kind of moves up to his daughter's side and starts doing some medical kind of checks on her. It ends up she's still breathing.
Oh.
And so he kind of sets her up and pats her on the back, and she kind of sputters out some wine and a little bit of blood, and as she kind of slips in and out of consciousness.
Farland, Arlen, and Zarlan are all just standing around Lotrin while he's doing this, eyeing everybody like they're lesser, and
Yeah,
obviously they did this.
obviously.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the dragon tier?
I am.
Looking at this, the scene of Lotrin with his daughter Nala on death's door, all the dragon tiers, they get a deep and unexplicable sense of grief and empathy with Lotrin grieving over Nala. Let's see.
I'll taste it real quick.
Oh, yeah.
He.
I'm gonna say Arlen's also crying.
Oh,
Okay.
is that terrible? But
Yeah.
It's a little strong.
It's at about this time. Is anyone injured?
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Well,
Arlen.
yeah.
Arlen, Father Geralt will move up to you, the priest, and he'll do lay on hands on you, and he's going to heal your injured character for 3 HP.
Yeah, she's back up to full.
He's like, this is such a tragedy. I should have done more to protect that boy. I'll have to make penance. My deity, I can feel it.
Thank you, Father.
Koranus is angry with me. And he kind of stumbles off. Must make penance.
I would be curious if we could find the bottle of wine that was poured into the goblets.
Yeah. You start looking for that bottle of wine, but it's at about this time that Sir Hedrick, the groom's father, stands up and he starts calling for all able-bodied people. We must go retrieve my son's head. Come now, we leave. How do you all take the news?
Why?
We have to, so we can give him a proper burial. These elf bastards don't taint him in the afterlife as they have in life.
Fair enough.
Dolly will call out, it took a hero of a previous age to take on the ant people. If they've come back in numbers, then it would be suicide for everyone here to send all of our able-bodied people after them. I will go.
My family, and I think we got it.
Okay. Chris, it's as you're looking, Lotrin reaches out and grabs the arm of one of your people. And he says, if you're going out, he kind of says this through tears, I'll give you a reward for the return of Hort's remains and any other remains that you may find. And he says, and if you find any bottles of Brandolyn Red while you're out there, I'll pay you for those too.
Why?
Yeah. And with that, the father of the groom, Sir Hedrick, starts bellowing out, "It's time to go! It's time to go!" Ushering you all out.
Well, if it's possible, I might see if I can search around for better weapons, sort of like what Joe did. See if there's any dead bodies we can get better stuff off of.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Just something more appropriate, like Bort uses a long sword.
What did he call the wine?
Brandolyn Red.
Maybe some shields or anything like that.
I'll say you take the time. You can get your character back up to the armament that it was on the character sheet, or you can find a short sword.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
I'll
just
do
taking
that.
them to paper.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
With
Jake,
characters.
you keeping your improvised weapon or taking them to the paper? You can do both.
I'm not gonna... How far away are our homes from here?
Maybe 5-minute run.
Well, yeah, we're absolutely gonna go get a proper spear and a shield.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my characters will definitely go get weapons.
Yeah. Now, one thing you guys notice as you're kind of looking around for weapons is that the gift table is untouched.
Oh,
That's odd.
You know, there wasn't any people over there.
gift table?
Yeah.
Like,
How when you go to a wedding, you take brides or gifts to the bride and groom.
all right.
Usually they put them on a table so the bride and groom can open them later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
There's like
Is there anything to-
shitty Amazon?
Is there anything to
kitchen
make
sets.
note of on the gift table?
You can go over and you can take a look.
Yeah.
I think Budrick will go and take a look.
Yeah.
Budrick the woodcutter.
Salad Vinter the Squire. Well, take a look as well.
You see some wrapped boxes here and there, small, large. One's a really long, flat box. But you also see what appears to be a wrapped bottle of wine on its own.
What's in that?
Budrick's going for that bottle of wine.
Yeah.
As you reach for the bottle of wine, someone calls out like, "No stealing!"
Yeah, and Farland's going to be like, those are not for you.
Budrick's just going to take it. He'd be like, well, they're obviously not for the bride and groom.
They're not for you.
What kind of is it? Is it Brandolyn Red?
That's what he's hoping.
Mhm.
He's holding the ice pick in hand while he says this.
This is up between you two. Resolve it how you need to resolve it.
Give me one good reason why these gifts shouldn't go back to the people who gave them to the bride and groom.
Did you give them the wine?
Absolutely, I did.
Jake, I want you to give me a personality check.
Absolutely. That is some grade A horse shit.
Chris, why don't you go ahead and give me a personality check as well?
How distracted are they by this
shit.
encounter?
What are you trying to do?
Grab the long box.
Give me a.
I want to know what's in
I
the
want you to
box
give
also.
me a give me an agility check to see if you can sneak in there without anyone noticing. You two, how'd it go?
Just D20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
18.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
Was this personality?
Yeah, no, this is personality. I'm sorry.
15.
Jake, what was your argument?
My argument was why that he purchased this bottle of wine for the bride and groom.
Yeah, you
You
believe it, Chris, that he is the one who purchased it.
Scoff and turn around.
There you go.
And as soon as he turns around, I'm going to open that sucker.
It is definitely a bottle of Brandolyn Red.
Score! Putting that in the character notes there.
Hell yeah.
So one thing I do want to remind you guys.
I got a 15 on my agility.
Oh yeah, you sneak up and you grab that box and you kind of cut the corner open. You take a peek and you can see it's a longbow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak off with that and
Okay.
finish unboxing it and pull
Okay.
out and
Sling it over your back.
Mhm.
There's even like 4 arrows in there with it.
Ooh.
So we'll put your quiver up to like 10 arrows.
Okay.
Swag.
I do want to kind of one thing about DCC that you guys need to keep in mind. Your ability modifiers are stupid low, right?
Yeah, my personality is -1, and I still got it.
Yeah. This is what the book says.
Mine was
Skill
0.
check DC guidelines. A DC 5 is child's play. DC 10 is a man's deed. 15 is feats of daring do. And 20 is hero's work or superhuman. So hitting 10 is pretty good. Hitting anything below 5, you know, if it's a real simple task. If you're hitting above 15, you're doing superhuman-esque feats.
Mhm.
So really, mods are more of tiebreakers for a 50-50
Kinda,
skill test.
yeah, it could be. But yeah, just so the where we're shooting at is lower in general than like D&D.
Right.
Whereas like D&D, if you're not hitting a 10, you're not going to pass usually.
Yeah.
Whereas this, if you're hitting over a 5, you have a chance of passing it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's not quite as incredible.
All right. So, it's at about this time that,
Is it just a standard longbow?
yeah, just it's kind of ornately carved, but it's just a standard longbow.
D8.
Yeah, whatever the longbow damage is. You've got that book in front of you, which should have all the weapon stuff in it.
Ooh.
Half the book is going to be upside down, and that's the adventure. Not the adventure we're running, but an adventure.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, you all ready to head out?
I suppose so.
Okay. Following the trail of the ants is pretty easy to do because you're just following the blood.
So now I can scratch off these improvised weapons.
Or you can keep them. It's up to you.
I mean, maybe I should. That's a good point.
You follow the trail of blood. It actually leads you, and Joe, your characters would be familiar with this. The old vineyard that Brandolyn Red was initially made at. It's long since abandoned and out of use.
So where the original ant battle was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, also where the original ant battle
we
was.
fought the ant people.
Yeah.
Ant-men.
So are you just tucking your bottle of Brandolyn Red away for now?
Mm-hmm.
Could be evidence for later.
Could be party time for later.
Who
There you
knows?
go.
Yeah.
Could be a quick party.
Yeah.
As you travel further from Portinella, the path becomes overgrown with weeds, thistles, and dead sage. The trees eventually thin out, giving way to row upon row of withered vines that once flourished in the abandoned Longbow vineyards. An ancient path leads through the middle of the vineyard towards a collection of decrepit buildings, and a smaller path leads deeper into the dark, tangled field of brambles which you can only imagine once served as the grapevines. So you're standing now in this vineyard, surrounded by thick rows of bushy, what once were grapes, and there's still some grapes there. Here and there are still grapes growing, but mostly it's brambles and thorns and unfriendly shit.
Hey, it's a Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hey,
Hola.
Fixel Prowler Jen, you gotta save that sage. As you move into it, you look there's essentially two paths. There's a path to the left and a path to the right.
Which one looks the most bloody?
The blood kind of splits off both directions
no.
here. Yeah.
A lot of blood.
Would it be possible for who here would have an idea of how to gauge tracks?
I'm an animal trainer.
The hunter?
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Are there any unhuman tracks leading in one of these directions?
I can take a crack at it.
Why don't you give me an intelligence check? D20, since you should be familiar with it. Human tracks, though.
Yeah.
Okay, none of the people...
Inhuman.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
13.
13? Yeah, you can actually see that the ants mostly went to the path to the left there.
All right.
That sounds like
Did
probably the
some
way.
of them went to the right?
Some of them did go to the right.
Okay. But most went to the left.
The blood trail really hangs to the left.
Okay. All right. I'm going to inform the others. Looks like they went to the left. I don't know why some split off right, though.
Majority to the left.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen, I downloaded the Mutant Year Zero book, so I'm going to have to start reading up so I can keep track on all the cool mechanical shit you guys are doing in that game. Anyway, continue, Joe.
But yeah, I say that.
Okay.
I went left and then I start heading that direction.
Yeah.
Dolly will follow in that direction.
Okay. As you guys all kind of move towards the left, you do see rows in these brambles split off here and there, but eventually you come up to a opening in the trail where kind of to the right is a pond with foul, stagnant water lays stinking before you like a cancer festering in the earth. Several shallow troughs, once used for irrigation, but now crowded with whatever the fuck that word is, finger their way out towards the crowded vineyards. An occasional air bubble burps up open atop the algae-covered pool, releasing nature's flatulence. And while the water is indeed murky, you can just make out something shiny at the bottom of the pond.
I'll try and fish it out.
You wade into the pond, and you reach down and you grab it, and you actually find it's a helmet.
Oh.
Attached to a head.
Oh.
Attached to a torso.
A recent?
It's underwater. You'd have to...
All right. Well, we'll fish it out, I guess.
You drag out a bloated corpse.
What a twist.
The shiny object you saw was the helmet on this person. The bottom half of the torso, the legs, are gone, with what appears to be like rip marks at the meaty bits that are no longer there.
Is it a kind of recent-ish looking corpse then, since it's bloated?
Not
rotted?
It's been dead for a while. It's bloated, starting to rot. It's been submerged, so you'd say maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay, so the ants have probably been around here for a bit then.
What's the condition of that helmet?
Helmet's in good shape.
A
little bit of rust.
I might put it on Bart.
You also kind of looking over the body. You can see that he's got hide armor on his upper, and even though it's waterlogged, still seems to be in good shape.
Okay.
But as you're kind of looking over the hide armor, you do see that poking out of this person's back is an extravagant dagger.
Ooh.
No.
You snatch the dagger out of his back?
Yeah, I want to study it.
I don't have dibs on any of this.
Extravagant dagger with the Letty family.
You can have it.
With the Letty family seal carved into the hilt.
Letty family seal.
That's mine.
You're Letty family?
I'm a Letty family.
Oh. Can I tell what family this dude's from?
He doesn't seem to be...
Does his armor or anything have any?
Why don't you give me... Actually, you guys are all here. You actually recognize this person.
Oh.
It is the tanner. His name is Volkner. He's been kind of MIA for a couple of weeks.
Oh. What family is he associated with?
He's not associated with any of the family of the weddings. He's just a citizen of the town.
He just has a Letty dagger in his back.
Yeah.
In his back.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I think this is yours.
Yeah.
You also, as you dragged...
It was stabbed in his back?
In his back.
In his back, okay.
As you dragged him out, something kind of metal tripped up your feet, and you kind of kicked it out on the shore, and it was a crowbar.
Crowbar?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, I like crowbars.
Yeah.
So, essentially, the loot you found was a crowbar,
a
hide leather, not in great shape, but still usable, a helmet, which is in pretty decent shape, a little rust, the fancy Letty dagger. Did I say the crowbar already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I might shuffle some of those things around. I don't know who wants the crowbar.
What was the tanner's name?
Volkner.
So why'd you kill Volkner?
I didn't, clearly.
Clearly. Has your family's name on the dagger.
It's more than me and my family.
Substantial evidence to me.
It's
not my name on there.
Why'd your family kill him?
Yeah.
4.
Good question.
Family of murderers.
Dude.
What?
Fuck this D4. It has rolled 3 every goddamn time I've rolled it. And I just rolled it like 5 extra times, and it was 3 every time. If I was a rogue trying to stab someone in the back, it would be an okay. Now this fucker's rolling 4s. There was a 2. All right, this is the roll I'm going with. Joe.
Yeah?
Who's character number 1?
My squire, Salad Vinter.
The water erupts as this giant reptilian creature with long jaws and sharp, pointy teeth leaps out of the water and attacks it.
Ah.
maybe you get a sense of clarity that whatever was chewing on this corpse's lower half,
It's the
this
same
might
thing.
be it.
Okay.
It makes an attack of 11.
Fuck. For future reference, does it have to match or exceed?
It has to exceed.
Exceed.
What character is this? Is this a character with the...
This is my squire.
Okay. So what's the squire's AC?
10.
This thing bites on.
Does it deal any damage?
Yes.
Then he's dead.
Killing your squire instantly as it starts thrashing this body back and forth. Limbs flying off.
Oh no.
Let's do some initiative.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Oh god.
We might be in trouble, guys.
Yeah.
I do have a D20.
As he's dying, he's gonna be pointing back at your character. He's like, "You did this, murderer!"
Joe.
It's thrashed around. Oh, 4. Rip salad Vinther.
Just screaming.
Oh, you got... Goddamn, Joe. That was low. Dan?
16.
Chris?
Just broke my leg.
20.
And Jake?
13.
So it's going to be Chris, Dan, this creature,
Is he the one with the longbow?
Jake,
No, my hunter was the one with the.
and
the
Joe.
longbow.
Chris, what are you going to do? This giant reptilian creature is slowly breaking off chunks of a now corpse squire and trying to swallow it down, but you get a feeling it's got a hungry look in its eyes, and one body might not be enough.
Yeah.
Do I get the
This is
feeling?
The squire wasn't very meaty.
This is just a snack.
I didn't know it. Never mind. I'm gonna. Farland's gonna like take out his dagger and like look at the Letty family,
So much hate for no reason.
and then look at the crocodile and go to stab it.
Okay, make that attack roll.
Like he wasn't sure which one he wanted to stab there for a minute.
Kill the Letty crocodile.
I could feed the crocodile.
The Letadile.
The
Feed the
Letadile.
Letty dial a Letty.
Secretly, he is my minion.
Oh.
Since everything's apparently my
It
fault.
made a deal with the
No, that's a
crocodile.
You
With the
run up
crocodile.
and you
With the
stab
reptilians.
at this crocodile,
Made a deal with the crocodile.
Yeah.
and you miss, absolutely. You got 3 characters, though. Everyone has 3 characters except for Joe.
Next one's gonna make a stab.
All right, roll that shit out.
That's probably gonna succeed. That's a 14.
That is a success indeed.
Sweet.
What's the damage on that? Don't worry, Joe. We'll have opportunities for more characters to get introduced later.
That's fine.
That was a 2.
Great first death. What character? That was the squire? Must
Yeah.
cross the squire off.
Salad Vinther, the squire.
You said it was a 2 damage?
Yeah.
All right. Third character's attack?
Still got Vincent and
Third
Lipton.
character. Did you say a club was D6?
Yeah, club is D6 damage.
Yeah, he's gonna use the candelabra he held on to.
Okay.
Candelabra.
That's a 12.
That is a miss.
Okay.
Dan.
Oh wait, he gets a +1. Does that hit?
13 does not.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, instead of trying to put armor on, which I'm sure takes time,
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna go at it.
Okay.
Oh damn it! No, he definitely should have used the attack.
Oh, that's a miss.
It's too late now.
That is. That should be a hit, and that should be a hit. So, 16 and 15.
Both of those are hits.
Okay. So Mort misses again.
Okay.
Mort's just not very good at hitting things.
Okay.
2 and what was it? D4 for a dagger.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Where are my D4s at?
They're the pointy ones.
I don't have any of them out.
You son of a biscuit eater.
Oh no, there's one. There's one. I thought I had one. Has to be a minimum of 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Good.
3?
4 all told, I think.
4? Okay. This creature finishes gulping down the corpse. Let me roll it.
That is salad.
Yeah.
You gonna roll to see if it's satiated?
No. Who's the next snack?
What was the character of yours that just dealt 1 damage?
I think it's Bart.
Okay, well, Bart is attacked by this reptilian creature does an 11 hit.
It does not.
Okay. It makes its bite, but Bart is able to move out of the way. Moving the turn then to Jake.
Dolly's coming up with a spear to take a stab at it. Or not.
People named Dolly are always badasses, so it's gotta
especially
happen.
this one. That's a 19.
Fucking hit. Roll that bean footage.
Oh, I got them backwards.
So that's going to be 7.
That is lethal.
Or no, I'm sorry, 8.
That is still lethal. You run up and you drive your spear tip through the eye socket of this giant reptilian creature, and it kind of pushes the jaw and pins it to the ground as this thing flails in its death throes, and you pop your spear out. It is dead.
Excellent.
How much armor does their helmet and then the armor give?
Fuck, I don't know. Check the book Joe's got.
Okay. You are armored already? I think you were right there.
Let me. Yeah.
Who was it you were giving the crowbar to?
You were about to hand it to Salad, and he got tossed.
In that case, Drinmark Dragonteer is going to grab hold of that crowbar because he's useful with them.
All right,
armor.
I will hand over the crossbow. Or the
all a
crowbar.
helmet
Crowbar.
does. I think all helmets do is they protect you from critical hits.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of critical hits will say like if you have a helmet, you don't have this effect.
Okay, yeah.
Or it'll say if you don't have a helmet, this
Yeah.
happens to you.
So helmets don't grant AC. They just give you some protection from certain critical
I'm
hits.
giving it to Bart.
Yeah.
Which is very useful when we all
Yeah.
have 1 HP.
Now, whoever ended up with that leather armor off the corpse, that does give a +2 to AC.
Okay. I think that
It does move your fumble die up to a D8.
I think that's probably worth it for Bert, who only has 9 AC.
Okay.
So far, everything's been hitting at 10 or above. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pick up my squire's things.
Okay.
I assume that the marked dagger is just a regular dagger.
Yeah. It's very. You could probably sell it for a good amount, but yeah, it just functions as a dagger.
He had some money. He had a steel helmet, which
They just distribute your character's
yeah.
loot amongst your people.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know, the more characters you have die, the
more
better
stuff you
equipped
have.
your other characters
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
All right. Looking past this irrigation ditch, you can see there's a path to the left from you. But if you continue on the path straight ahead, it opens up into a small clearing where these buildings are, these old dilapidated buildings.
Is it possible to try and track again a little bit? Or
I'll let you continue tracking off the hunter's initial roll. The creatures continue on into the building, or into the opening, but it doesn't look like they went to the building. They kind of, after they were in the opening, they hooked to the left some.
okay. So either we could check out the buildings real quick, see if there's anything of interest in them, or just continue on after the ants.
It's up to you guys.
I'd be curious to peek into one of those.
Okay. There's 2 buildings. One appears to be a house, an abandoned house, and the other one actually appears to be the old winery.
Ooh.
Interesting.
How big is the winery? It's like a giant.
It's not huge. I mean, it's like a good-sized barn.
Okay. I think we'll start with a smaller building.
Okay. You guys want to move into the old house?
Yeah.
If walls could talk, you're certain this decrepit structure would tell you a sorrowful tale. The few remaining beams of this long-abandoned single-story home are gray and rotting, with gaping holes in the walls where planks once stood. The house appears not to have been inhabited for decades, and all the furniture was looted long ago. The only thing still standing is the brick fireplace. A rickety staircase leads downwards towards the natural earthen cellar. So you move in, this house, walls rotting, holes in it, furniture, everything of any possible value has long since been stolen. But there is a fireplace and there is a stairs going down. Rickety old set of stairs.
Do we want to check down there?
Those stairs look
Stable?
rotted or
Sturdy?
stable.
They look sketchy as fuck.
Okay, yeah.
But you do see footsteps in the dust going down the stairs.
Ooh, fuck.
Just footsteps.
Just footsteps.
No feet.
Well,
Just the steps.
Like dust kicking up or just footprints?
footprints.
Footprints.
Okay.
In the dust.
Yeah.
You said footsteps.
I'm
I thought you
sorry.
meant like
The predator pops up.
Yeah, the predator is not there. You can see that
You're
at
like
some point here,
See 3 dots.
Semi-recently.
semi-recently, someone walked down these steps and then back up again, leaving impressions in the dust on the stairs.
Well, I'll take my chances.
Are you all going down?
I'm just going to send one person down at a
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let the
before you-
ladies go down.
Before you head down,
That sounds fair.
Vincent's gonna be like, try and step where he stepped.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I think that's a great idea.
I'm risking all of my Bart on this.
What are the
Going all
luck
in on Bart.
scores of your characters?
Lipton. Yeah.
This is going to be whoever's going down.
6.
Just the one character's who's going down?
I have a 6, and a 5.
Who's going down?
Bart, he has a 6.
Okay.
It's not very good.
You try to carefully match the steps, but about halfway down, you put your weight on the step and you can just feel it give out as the stairs collapse underneath you.
Oh, poor Bart.
I want you to go ahead and make me a reflex save.
Well, thank goodness he's the only person who's good at that. Just D20.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter much. He gets an 11.
Okay. You land on the dirt and the scraps of wood from the stairs collapsing, and your character takes 1 point of damage.
Damn.
As you kind of land and move
thing I
Is he
free.
alive?
Good thing I didn't send any of my other characters down.
He was killed by stairs.
He fell 5 feet and died.
That's possible.
The air of the natural earthen cellar has a pungent vinegar odor which stings your eyes and labors your breathing. Looking around in this area, you see essentially 3 things in this cellar. Of course, this is a natural earth cellar, so you're walking on a packed earth floor.
How's it going, Crocodile Charmer?
Let me tell you what you see, and then you can answer.
Okay.
You see on the right side of the room some shelves with some big clay jugs that you're fairly certain probably have wine in them.
Okay.
In the far end of the room, on the ground, it looks to be a wet stain almost in the earth. And then on the left side, on the stone wall there, you can see there's a portion of the wall that's covered in scratch marks.
Okay.
And that's what you see.
My character's just
All right.
And then it's at that time you hear Joe's character call down to you.
like, you still alive down there?
Yeah, mostly. There's some weird stuff down here.
I told you to step where he stepped.
Yeah, it's not very... a little clumsy. Can I first go look at the scratch marks, I guess?
Absolutely.
Would he be able to, like, is there enough of the frame of the stairs that he'd be able to climb back up, or is it just...
Probably have to have people lift me up, maybe.
If you make a good jump and a good athletics check, you can make it up. If someone helps you, I won't even make you roll.
Yeah, I'd be I'd have Vincent.
Why don't you go and give me an intelligence check, searching over on the scratch marks?
Thank goodness I sent Bart again.
Oh, yeah?
He's the only person with a positive intelligence either.
This is the powerhouse.
16. Yeah, Bart's where it's at.
Okay.
That's what
You actually searching this area of wall, you find a hidden latch, and what you thought was a stone opens up as a false cavity in the wall.
Oh.
And inside, you find an unopened bottle of Brandolyn Red and an ornate silver goblet with the Vintner family crest in it. And it's as you're looking over this, you hear movement behind you.
Uh-oh.
And you turn around and you see a humanoid figure that appears to be made of mud standing where the stain was.
Shit.
As it takes a step forward towards you and a mouth forms and it yells out, "You would lay with an elf."
Huh?
Initiative.
Help!
Mud Charmer.
Everyone can roll initiative, right?
You said Vintner Goblet, but you're the Mud Charmer.
God damn it.
Help!
Great, one family charms the crocodiles, the other one charms mud monsters.
No, he charms both.
Joe?
4. No, 3.
Dan?
15.
Chris?
9.
Jake?
5.
All right.
Wow.
Me and fight all the battles.
I came in second. Ooh, look at mine.
Chris, you came in third.
Oh,
The mud monster.
Mud
No.
Monster came in second.
The Monster Man.
I did the mesh.
Of course, my characters are fully on board.
It was a
with the
graveyard
ladies of Mud
smash.
Charmers.
I've got one plan. Get out.
This thing runs.
Oh no, he's first?
Yep. Moves up to you and makes an attack with a clumsy, earthen, muddy fist.
What? Wait.
Uh,
Oh, I'm not muted.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, you wanted me.
You-
Oh,
Joe.
Sorry, be more obvious. You're muted.
I'm going to guess a 5 doesn't clear.
No.
Good. Now it's your turn.
Is he able to attack and then move?
He moved towards you and then attacked.
I mean, am I able to?
Yeah, take your full turn.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have Bart attack first, just
All
on
right.
the off chance that he can, off it.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Jen. Usually you do have to go to a spa to get this kind of mud bath.
Does a 13 connect? It's with a club.
Yeah.
Good. 2 damage.
Okay. Chris, you got your character. What are your other 2 characters doing?
I'm going to have him try to get to the stairs and then have them try and lift him out.
Okay, the creature was at you, you attacked, and then you moved to the stairs, and then your other 2 characters are going to try and lift them out.
Yep.
I will want you to make, we're going to call this strength checks.
Oh, good. None of them have good strength. I roll for both of them.
You can roll them each.
Okay.
And they're both going to have to get over a score, or it's going to fail altogether.
Okay, well, that blows, because one of them gets an 8, and the other one gets a nat 20.
Nat 20 will even it out. You
Okay.
reach down, and they grab your other character's hand and lift them out of the cellar as this creature shambles over. I'm going to presume we're out of initiative unless some of you want to hop down there and fight this thing.
I'm going to say, what
There's-
was down there?
There's a few different things down there that we should probably investigate, but we should probably, deal with this.
Oh, yeah, there's a bottle of Brandolyn Red down there,
There's
too.
a bottle of
Brandolyn
Brandolyn Red.
Red down there. I'm going.
Oh,
Well, then we'll keep an initiative then. Instead of it shuffling over, your characters haul you up, ending your turn, moving it to Chris.
Well, I'm not going to officially tell them what's down there yet. I'm just saying there's stuff we should investigate down there.
Okay.
Did
For
my
what it's
uncle
worth.
tell specifically
So nobody should know
our
what's down
family
there.
to get Brandolyn Red or everybody?
Said I would pay for bottles of Brandolyn Red.
Oh, okay.
They are wanting Brandolyn Red just for the reputation of Brandolyn Red. You're wanting Brandolyn Red for money.
Yes.
So I'm not telling people what's down there just yet.
Okay. You do you.
Oh. I guess where this is only relevant if we're gonna jump down there.
Are you going to jump down there?
You can't just reach at it.
What do you got for you? Would have to have a long weapon to be able to attack it from up there. If not, you are going to need to use your movement to hop down there. And I'm going to make you
with a longbow and a short bow go.
Yeah, and I will make you roll an agility check to make sure you don't
Yeah.
roll your ankle or some shit.
Did you see anything down there worth fighting that thing for?
Possibly.
Budrick calls out, "That's a yes."
Jake, what's the skeleton's favorite food?
Yeah,
What?
Jake posted a video, a link to a tweet with a video in it in the meme dump. It is so fucking hilarious. It's great.
as fuck.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Oh.
Arlen's gonna throw a quill at him.
Okay, as a dart. That does what, 1d3 damage if it hits?
D4.
D4, okay.
Okay.
Dang it.
I'm muted.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
That's an 11.
Yes,
Dave, I see you lurking. Thanks for coming by.
I do. Hiding in the shadows.
Does an 11 hit a mud person?
No.
Oh.
You hit
Sneaky
the
mud
score, but
person.
you did not exceed the score.
It harmlessly sticks in the mud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blap.
Is there anything loose and heavy looking nearby?
You look around. No, there's not.
How
This-
dare you?
This place has been pretty well
What?
picked over, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. My character's Arlen just looks up. She's like, "Well, that's what I had."
Okay. Is that your end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Moves to Jake.
Dolly rolls her eyes, goes up to the stairs, and says,
Spear.
"Let me take this." Goes with the spear to try to jab down at it,
Okay. Roll your attack.
like Donatello in the Ninja Turtles game.
There you go.
Yeah.
7.
That's a miss, man.
We're just all going to take turns until we kill it.
Any of your other characters do anything?
Dolly will look back and she'll shrug at the other two, and the other two will look back and that's it.
Okay. Joe, you're up.
All right.
Shoots it.
Yeah. How visible is it?
You can
from-
get a line of sight on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have. Do both of our characters get attacks, or is it just one?
All your characters get attacks.
Okay.
All two of them.
All
Yeah,
two.
all two
I'm
of
sorry.
mine.
You only have two. That's right.
Yeah. So, I will attack with a longbow and a short bow.
Okay.
At it. It's D20, right?
Yeah.
That is a 15
That's a hit.
and a 4.
That is definitely not a hit.
Okay.
Oops.
Who's got that hit on it?
The longbow dude.
Okay.
Good. I think he does more damage.
Yes, he does. I need a D8. 2.
Man, we're not putting good damage on
All
this.
right. The mud creature moves up to the opening and reaches up and grabs the stairs as it's yelling at you guys. How dare you betray me? And you could almost see a face forming out of the mud. and it bears some strong resemblance to your characters.
Oh.
This thing's going to make an athletics check to see if it can pull itself out of the cellar.
Oh no.
That's a success. It uses its turn moving over. It grabs a hold of the broken stairs and it pulls itself up. So now it's on the same floor as all of you, and that ends its turn, moving us back to Dan.
All right, we're gonna clobber it.
Okay.
I hope.
Knock it back down those stairs.
Oh no, that's a miss. That's 13 miss.
No, that's a hit.
Oh, good. At least one person hit it. And that's a miss. So, yeah, one person hits
Okay.
for 3 damage.
You know what? That's not horrible. Chris.
Well, now it's on our level,
Yeah.
so we's all gonna hit it. Farland's gonna go first. That's a 12.
12 is a hit.
And that's 2 damage.
I think this is one of those situations where we all had a hand in killing them in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The thing is still up.
Zarlin rolled a 3.
To hit?
Yes.
That's definitely a miss, man.
He hits the hardest of all of my characters by way fucking far, and he's never hit.
Oh, shoot.
Now,
character left?
I rolled my improvised attack for Bort instead of his longsword.
Shame.
Yeah.
Now Arlen's
I
going
forgot.
to try and stab with the steak knife since
Could've
she
been
threw the quill.
More.
Okay. Roll that attack.
4.
That's a miss.
Power.
Sweet.
Jake.
Dolly's gonna go up to this
Didn't
thing and
wanna
try
hit it
to knock it back down the stairs.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Where's the athletics?
It'd be a strength check. I'm sorry.
Okay. 10.
You overpower this thing,
Hooray.
pushing it back off of the stairs, and as it falls,
Maybe it'll go splash at the bottom.
it takes a lethal amount of damage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
As it falls and it breaks apart, mud splattering the ground.
Ooh. Is there like a person inside of it, or is it just mud?
It's just mud.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Hey, well, thanks for the swing through. It's always great to see you, Dave.
All right.
Okay.
I'll get lowered back down.
Yeah,
again.
we're out of combat, so
Yeah, I want to retrieve my arrows.
So I'm like, so hey,
make me a luck roll for your arrows.
Okay.
why did you betray your mud friend?
8.
Yeah, you get your arrows back.
Okay. I'll send Bart back down there since he was down there once already.
Okay, who all is going down?
Dolly will not go down, but she will assist others in going down
I'll
by
just-
lowering them with her spear.
I'll just bring stuff back if that's
Okay,
all right with
That's fine.
everybody.
I'm not going to make you guys roll. You have enough time. You're not under duress. You can safely lower each other down. So I just need to know who's going down.
Arlen's gonna go down to get her quill back.
Budrick will go down to check
Okay.
things out.
You got your one character going down?
Sure.
Down to go grab some
Yeah,
arrows.
so each person's sending one person down then.
Okay, that's fine. As you all get down there, you see that the stain is now missing.
Okay.
Oh,
You see the shelves on the right wall have some large jars in it. On it, we're to go with 3 large jars. You're sure they probably contain a wine. And on the left, there's scratch marks all over a wall, circling around a once hidden compartment that's now open. And inside is a bottle of Brandolyn Red and a silver goblet with the Ventnor family crest on it.
Arlen's gonna go grab the wine.
How about no? I found that. You can stop that.
I'll have the goblet because that's my crest.
I'll turn over the
Do you grab the goblet?
But I found the wine. I'd like to keep it.
That's between you two.
Yeah, she definitely still went to grab it.
Are you grabbing it beforehand?
Sure.
Okay. Unless you're going to try and stop him somehow.
That he was closer to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the wine.
Yep. And I'll take the goblet and
Joe already,
Yeah.
his character grabbed the goblet.
Yep. Goblet.
I take it these jugs are corked.
They're giant clay jars
are they
with
open?
heavy lids set over it. And when you kind of move up to it, you can see they're sealed in like wax.
I'd be kind of
You would
curious.
have to break the wax seal, but you know they're probably
Budrick will
filled
take the meat cleaver he's been using and break the wax seal
Yeah.
around the lid and open it up.
full of wine.
Doesn't smell like vinegar?
Does not smell like vinegar.
Oh, hell yeah. Budrick's like, you guys can keep that. Puts the lid back down and he starts...
We should probably give it a taste and see if it tastes funny.
Oh, I'm sure it tastes plenty funny.
No, I mean like if perhaps poisoned wine came from down here.
Like the nutty flavor that they tasted on
You
the
see
bread
this
groups.
wax seal here that I just broke?
Doesn't mean it can't be poisoned.
That's true. And he starts... he tries to get all the jars together.
Okay, you'll have to have some assistance, but you're able to get all 3 jars up and out of the cellar and kind of...
I got a cup if you want to test some of it.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Like, I want this
No, the
back.
vintners aren't too bad.
Yeah.
So you taste your wine, and it tastes really great. It's not,
It's not nutty at all.
not nutty at all, and it's, it's not game-changing, but it's really good.
Nutless wine.
Nutless wine.
Non-nut wine.
Yeah.
It's neutered wine, yeah.
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 2, this does not have any testicle juice in it.
Confirmed.
Good.
All right.
How many Godzillas is this wine?
7.
I think it's time for us to get on out and maybe check out the winery.
Hey, that's some good thinking. Says
Sure.
Budrick.
Is everyone going into the winery? You leave the house, unless there's anything else you guys want to search in this house.
Nope.
It sounds like there's probably nothing left to search. Maybe the fireplace. Okay.
You want to go search the
Yeah,
fireplace?
let's just give it a good look over real quick.
Give an intelligence for search.
Who's actually good at that? You are. Where are you at?
Budrick's gonna dump the bundle of wood out of his large sack and then fill the large sack full of wine.
Well, that's an 8. So
Okay.
So, is this like my family's house being close to the winery?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're assuming is just like...
Yeah. This was the house that the winemaker would live in.
Mm.
Dan, we'll go ahead and say your character finds a loose brick.
Okay.
In the fireplace, and you wedge it out. And underneath of it, you find a stack of old parchment and a cameo, kind of like a locket.
Okay. We'll look at them both.
Okay, we'll start with the locket. You open the locket up, and you open it up, and it's an elf's picture inside of it that you would recognize as Lotrum, the father of Nala, the bride.
Okay.
Oh.
And then looking through this parchment, you see that they're love letters between Brandolyn and Lotrum.
Interesting.
And
Interesting how?
Interesting that you two might be interested in.
Oh.
and it definitely points at the two of them were having an extramarital affair.
Oh my.
And that Lotrum was even willing to end his marriage, even if it drew the ire of King of Elfland for his remaining centuries.
Oh, that's some spicy shit right there.
Yeah.
I'll let them look at it, but I'm not going to let them have it.
Brandolyn's the one from Vincent family, right? Or...
She was married to Gage Vincent, who made
she
the
was
wine
of his
Brandolyn Red.
family.
Yeah, she was of the Dragon Tier family, and it
Yeah.
appears that she had an affair with a whitegrass. This might explain why the elven families of Whitegrass would long for the bones of Brandolyn Dragontier.
Well, you would know that the person who asked you to return the bones is Lotrum himself.
Yeah.
Because elves live a long ass time.
Yeah, something fishy here.
So yeah, this is
Fishy.
the picture in this little cameo, this little locket of the person who asked you, bring me bottles of Brandolyn Red and bring me the remains. Any remains you find, I'll pay you for.
Can you
especially the
pass me
remains
that,
of Brandolyn.
that family tree over?
Yeah.
And, yeah. I think,
Gotta just draw a little line on it.
Farland is
Yeah,
just
connect
like,
some dots.
Yeah.
I don't like this day at all.
Most
I
of
don't
us
think I can
don't.
trust anybody here.
Does that count yourself?
So
You're a crocodile charmer. He's a mud
Does-
person charmer.
I'm not a
And
mud
our
person
uncle is
charmer.
having an affair.
He's also a mud person charmer.
Well, not actively having an affair. The person he was having an affair with is dead.
He wants to have
He's
that
the one that
affair
wants-
again. No.
There was no mud person till he went down there. So he's also a mud person charmer.
Yes, but the mud person
Oh,
said
shoot.
you were
It's,
betraying them.
He
Zanami.
said
Zanami,
people were...
Zanami.
Oh,
Hi. Do you know that
hey,
person?
Hannah. Yeah,
You know everyone.
I do. I told my friends about the stream. And they-
Hannah, make sure you hit follow, or Joe will stop liking you as a person.
Again.
Again. Oh, good. Well, good job. Thanks.
Unfollow and then follow again.
No, don't do that. You're good. You're good where you are. Joe thinks very highly of you.
Yes.
He won't stop talking about you. He's like, they followed us, and that's great.
Yeah, he won't stop talking about whoever that is.
No, don't unfollow. Don't unfollow. Okay.
I like how we have the monitor up, but nothing.
Nothing on it.
Oh, I didn't realize it was like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I thought it was up there. I forgot that I took it off mirrored. It's the wrong
Oh,
direction.
God. Everything's awful.
There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was there.
Mhm.
I need to actually kick this over to duplicate then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that only makes one line for us.
Heck yeah.
There it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that was there already.
Okay,
Now I can
so
see what people
Could
say.
could Mud Person have been Gage Vintner then?
Probably.
For being mad about,
It would, the words that they said to you would match the story you've picked up so far.
Probably.
all right,
My grandpappy's a mud man.
was.
Farland, Arlen, and Zarlin are all just
Was.
muttering to each other about how they can only trust each other now.
Okay.
That seems like a stretch already.
Why?
I didn't do anything. I got my family got cheated on. All we did ever was kill the ant people and make wine. We get shit on.
On
Not
this,
appreciated.
Did it seem like the mud person was talking to everybody?
it was yelling at him,
Okay.
but definitely when it crawled up, it didn't seem to have anyone particular in mind.
It was just loudly shouting. It was
You
letting it all
But
out.
at the very least, we don't know who to trust.
possibly, maybe. I don't
Well-
know. This sounds like a you thing.
Yeah.
You, Joe, things are kind of coming back to your characters, and you're like, okay, so this is where it was. Like, there's actually an old family mausoleum on the grounds as well.
Ooh.
And you would have known where that, after the pond where you could have turned left, it would have been down that trail. Would you guys move forward to the buildings?
Mhm.
Anyway, you searched. You ready to move into the winery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's-
Peek inside.
Well, we almost missed out on important information.
I would
there.
say, yeah, my people would go up to it, as were the vintners.
Yeah.
Vinters.
Yeah.
Got the master key.
Yeah.
You enter in. Everyone goes in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You immediately feel unsettled as you enter this long abandoned winemaking facility.
I leave.
Fuck this.
Rotted tables.
This is unsettling.
Let's just nope on out of here.
Yeah. Rotted tables, broken flasks, and an assortment of bottling equipment litter the area. 3 large clay containers that once held prized and valuable wine are half buried in the dirt. A large wine press dominates the area. The contraption consists of a huge stone wheel that rolls in a circular stone trough. The wheel is turned by a stout wooden beam. Even after all these years, the floor around the basin is worn smooth from the feet of those who once labored here, crushing fruit. If you guys want to take a look. Fuck.
Oh, good. No.
One of you will have to unmic and
I
crawl
got
down
it.
there.
Yep.
Consequences will never be the same.
Yeah, I'll let you get your shit, so that way.
Joe crumpled it up more.
Yeah,
Didn't have enough mass.
yeah. Xanami is what new?
We're streaming for post-holiday Halloween.
Yeah.
It's good. It's got to get camera people.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily the camera people, so you all can look at it. But yeah, usually we only stream Fridays. We're doing a special one-off. Here in a couple of weeks, we might stream on a Saturday again for a one-off with the Zweihander people. But also starting this week, every Wednesday, we're going to be streaming more Dungeon Crawl Classics in December or in November.
Like this,
Yeah.
but with less Bart, Bort, and Bert.
Yeah.
Or more. Who knows?
Maybe.
More.
We could find some more Bort license plates.
Perhaps
Is
even
it just
Blark
the
will join the
weekends of
party.
November that DCC games are having?
I think so. I don't think it's going to stretch into December. It may not even take all of November. We're going to have a character creation night and then 2 to 3 2-hour sessions for the adventure itself. And it may only be like 2 sessions, and maybe 3 if you guys really
gone Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're not going to play Thanksgiving week because you're going to be out.
The 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Yeah, so
We're going to be out in a turkey coma.
I'm going to be in New Jersey.
So anyway, the week before Thanksgiving, we're not going to play. The week of Thanksgiving, we're probably not going to play. Last year for Thanksgiving, I got super fucking antsy and bored, and we threw together an impromptu game. And then if we don't finish it, we'll just finish it up the first week of December. So yeah.
Stay tuned for more updates.
Yes.
JNOB Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's kind of homage to old school D&D. We are running a funnel by the name of They Served Brandolyn Red. A funnel in Dungeon Crawl Classics is for 0 level characters. Everyone starts out with 4, well in this case 3 0-level characters. We play through the adventure. The characters who survive get to move to first level and get an actual class. So yeah, everyone except for Joe, you've got 2 characters because one of yours has died already. Anyone else got a dead character?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just me.
Just Joe.
Don't worry.
So,
we'll have her turn.
Yeah.
I got Croco Deletoed.
Some of our characters have 4 HP. Some of them have 3. Some of them have 2, and some of them have 1.
Yeah.
They die when they take damage.
Yes.
So while most of the area is dusty and cobwebbed, the wheel itself is stained with a fresh, dark red liquid.
Ooh.
Someone has painted the face of a human woman, beautiful but anguished, onto the stone. Tears like blood drip down from her crying face and collect into the basin below.
That's kind of fucky.
That is kind of fucked up. So on this wheel you all were just looking at, there's like this wheel, like inside has like a red thick liquid in it, and on the face of the wheel is the face of a beautiful woman, and it looks like the stone is crying tears out of her eyes, which are collecting in the basin below.
Does it resemble Bride Lady?
It does not resemble Nala, the bride lady.
Doesn't resemble anybody that we would.
It has a little bit more family resemblance to Jake's characters.
Oh.
Yeah, Dolly's a little bit taken aback. As is Drinmark with his 14 intelligence.
Yeah. So.
If I go up there and get some of that liquid running down off of it and smell it, does it smell like anything?
Does it smell nutty?
It smells kind of coppery and a little salty. Tastes like blood.
Oh.
Oh. That's not good.
Does
Does it taste like bloody or like nutty blood?
No, it does not taste like nutty blood.
Okay.
Do stones normally bleed where you guys
This is
are
the
from?
mounds of
Now,
of blood.
You said that it appears to be coming from the tears, like it's.
Yeah, like the face painted on it. It looks like it's crying blood.
The weeping angel.
It's painted to look like it's crying. You mean?
Yeah, but it does. There is fluid dripping down.
Oh.
Now we have to stare at this thing.
I want to look around and make sure there's no one else in here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
17 actually.
You don't see anyone else in here. But as you're looking around, your eyes land on the stone again, and the eyes of the painted woman open
Oh, fuck that.
and stare. You got 2 characters left, right?
God damn it.
You're getting the Care Bear stare.
This would be character in your number 2 position.
Yeah. Vincent Winter, the cheesemaker. My other 1 HP character.
He's about to get whined.
The eyes open and peer at you. The doors to the winery slam shut.
Oh.
Let's roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't want to fight a wine
I don't
mill.
want to fight a wine mill either. I don't know how you win.
I don't either. God, I rolled so shit on my initiatives.
Yeah, you do.
Got a 5 this time.
Fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah, do better.
I know.
Maybe you need to borrow some dice.
He is borrowing
Maybe
dice.
you need to borrow some better
Bar some
dice.
better dice, I guess.
Joe, you said you got a 5?
Yeah, I got a 5. Like, all my other rolls are decent. It's just initiative.
Dan?
Just fucking garbage.
19.
Chris?
Well, most of my other rolls are terrible. My initiative's just been good.
Yeah.
Ooh, 5.
Chris, roll again. Joe, roll again. Jake?
20.
Nice.
Dang.
16.
Chris?
Might be time to
19.
put that
damn it.
crowbar
All right.
to work.
Chris,
Yeah,
I'm
this thing
upgrading you to a
off.
6. So it's going to be Jake. It's going to be Dan.
Then the wheel. Yeah.
Then the wheel. Then Chris.
Don't know how to fight a wheel.
And then
Either. Don't
Joe.
look at it. Apparently.
I guess.
Jake. As initiative starts up, initiative starts up because the face on the wheel opened its eyes and is tracking Joe's 1 character. And it screeches as all the tools, shovels, little hammers for hammering in wine corks, trowels, start floating in the air and whipping through the air.
Oh no. It probably said yeet.
Bob the architect.
What are you going to do?
Bob.
Shitting
Yield
myself
architect.
sounds about right.
Yes.
It's also at this point you see
are the
that
constructor of buildings.
the wheel starts to turn.
Does the face turn with it?
Yeah.
So it's just like.
Yeah, can I decide which of my characters go first?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, in that case, Drinmark is going to come up to the wheel with his crowbar and try to jab the crowbar.
Absolutely.
It was a good thing we found this crowbar.
Yes.
Turns
Yeah.
out it was a good thing we gave it to you because you're first in initiative.
Let's see.
Keep that wheel from turning.
That's right.
Why don't you? I want you to go ahead. God. Oh, there it is. All right, I want you to make a fortitude save, but this is for the crowbar.
Ooh.
That's a weird thing to ask for.
Oh, it's not making it.
What happened? 3? You jam the crowbar in there, and the crowbar just crumples up and is tossed out of the thing. And it's almost like spiral shaped now as this stone wheel just destroys it.
No, our crowbar.
Rip.
Our one reasonable thing to stop this.
It must have been rusted from setting in that water for so long.
Yeah.
Well, Budrick is not sure what to think, so Dolly is gonna throw Drenmark out of the way and try to stab the wheel itself with her spear.
Absolutely. Make an attack.
7.
You know what? I'm going to say it's a hit because it's a stone wheel moving in a track. So give me that
You
damage.
pretty much just go right ahead of it and...
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to screw it up.
What do you got?
The giant
7
moving stone.
That's a good amount of damage. As your spear bites deep into the face of the stone. It is then going to move off of your turn. Right?
Mm-hmm.
To Dan.
Did his stabbing of the stone appear to do anything?
It took a big chip out of it, yeah.
Okay. All right then. I guess we'll just go try waylaying the stone also.
Okay.
Not being much in the smart department,
Mm.
but apparently being a lot in the hitting things department for the same 2 characters every time.
Oh, yeah.
A 20.
As long as you don't get a less than a 5, you're going to hit.
Okay, well, one of them got less than a 5.
Okay, that one doesn't hit.
So 2 of them got 19s.
Okay.
So, oops. Where do I keep leaving my 6? 1 and 3.
Okay. The wheel keeps on a turning. And with that, it becomes the wheel's
Is
turn.
it the wheel in the sky?
It is not the wheel in the sky. The wheel screams.
The wheel in the sky keeps on screaming.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made. We showed up, and that was the first mistake. We didn't leave. Second mistake.
You know what I want to do?
We looked in the eyes. Third mistake.
How many? You guys all have 3 characters, right?
No.
Not you. I'm not counting
Are
you.
taking
You
Joe out of the
3.
pool?
Joe's out of the pool.
Oh no.
Let's see.
I don't like swimming.
Poor Bart. Bart.
I don't like
Bart.
swimming. I don't like to swim.
You picked Joe.
Nope, you. All your characters make a DC, a will save, and Chris, the character that you have in number 2 position, make a will save.
Oh dear. Oh, this is not going to be good. God damn it.
No.
7.
Your character fails. What's this character's name?
I need to make all 3 of them.
Arlen.
Arlen?
Arlen Whitegrass.
Yeah. Each one of them needs to try and make a will save.
16.
Both of the
and
vowels
6.
are E's.
All
Or
3
A's,
of your
I mean.
characters fail.
Oh god.
An E pronounced.
So what's the name of these characters?
Bart, Bort, and Bert.
Bart, Bort.
I thought 16 might be okay.
Oh.
Oh, you said you got a 16?
A 13, a 16, and a 6.
Okay. So Bort had the 16?
Bort had the 16.
Bort is unaffected.
Oh, well, that's not good for me.
Arlen, Bart, and Bert are now under my control.
Oh, sweet.
Good thing they already attacked.
Well, Bart and Bort did. Chris,
No, they all attacked.
it's your turn.
You already have copies of their stats, I take it?
I don't need it. I'll ask you to give me a number.
Okay.
I'll ask you to roll.
Chris,
All right, well,
Arlen moves over. What was your character's name?
Which one?
The one that it stared at?
Vincent.
Hope Vincent's durable.
Arlen moves over to Vincent.
See you, Hannah.
Hey, thanks for coming by. Arlen moves over to Vincent. Chris, what's Vincent's strength modifier?
Arlen's is 0.
We're gonna get beaten by a wheel, guys.
Joe, would you go ahead and roll me a strength check?
Okay.
Okay, guys, he mind controlled my weakest character.
It mind controlled some of my strongest characters.
Strength.
No, that's not
Yeah.
7.
Okay, you win this one as Arlen tries to grab Vincent and is trying to drag Vincent towards the wheel. But Vincent is able to shake free easily.
No, all my characters right by the wheel.
Arlen, what are you doing?
It's your other two characters' turns, Chris.
Smash the wheel, or wash the face off. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, let's just dump one of those wine barrels over.
Is there anything in it?
Zarlin
The what?
is going to
I mean, we
try
have wine
and
barrels.
smash the wheel
Jake's got the wine jars.
with the heavy candelabra.
Okay, roll that attack. I just want to make sure you don't roll less or 5 or less.
What we should have brought with us was a magic eraser.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Mr. Clean.
All right, roll that damage.
The damage. It's D6. Nice. That's gonna be
Send this D6
7 damage.
Rolling low
Okay,
every time I
you
roll.
run up with your candelabra and you smash the wheel, and a portion of it breaks off, and it grinds to a halt. And as it does, the face painted on the wheel fades, and the doors open again. And the flying tools in the room all land on the ground with a
And I
clatter.
And Farland and
Punch
Zarlin.
this character in the face
Make an attack
as
roll.
hard as I can.
Farland and Zarlin.
Fucking kill him.
That would be hilarious.
It's going to be 1 plus your strength modifier.
One
What's your
plus-
AC? What's Arlen's AC?
Arlen's is 10.
I rolled a 14.
What's your strength modifier?
0.
Farland and Zarlin both instantly looked at Arlen as soon as he broke the wheel to see if she snapped out of it.
Arlen definitely did, as a fist collides with Arlen's face, dealing 1 point of damage.
They run over. Like,
Is
tackle whoever punched her.
Is Arlen still up?
Or she took how many?
1.
Yeah, she's still up.
Okay. Are you two moving into initiative?
I guess so. 'Cause they're
Okay.
gonna-
How are you? You punch. Do you say anything?
Like, what the hell are you doing?
like
Like,
one of them pushes. I would say like one of the other guys like pushes him out of the way while the other one grabs Arlen.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
they ask Arlen what she's doing too, and yeah, and I guess Arlen is just like, I don't know.
Okay. Crazy shit's going on. You feel that whatever was causing this is gone for now, but you're worried it may not be gone for long.
it feels more settling now.
Yeah, feels more settling.
That's
More
good.
settling.
That's what I like.
Things are settled.
Yeah.
So what's up?
I think we should probably search this place and maybe also destroy the mechanism that turns the wheel.
Yeah, probably. At least
Okay.
undo it.
You can do that. Spend some time.
I would say Farland like grabs her by the shoulders and like looks in her eyes. Does she look fucky?
She's back to her senses.
Okay.
One of them's black though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big bruise.
You find some basic tools looking through the area. You do find 3 huge clay jugs full of wine, but it's almost vinegar at this point.
Bah.
Yeah. Fresh
I'm gonna
in that regards then.
But
Take
that's
one of
really
those.
it.
Bad.
and take it to the wheel. And
Now these things are like 6-foot tall jugs.
Maybe there's a bucket you could take some out and pour it on.
What are you
Yeah.
trying to do?
scrub wherever the face was.
Well, the face is gone though, isn't it?
The face is gone now, but you
Totally?
could, yeah, totally.
Oh.
That's why I say just undo the wheel mechanism.
Yeah, you guys can spend some time and take the thing apart.
Mm. I'll do that.
Because superhuman Zarlin broke the wheel with a candelabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally landed a hit.
So we can I'll do that, and then if there's not much else in here, then either we go to the mausoleum or get back on the ant trail.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else to do in here.
Yeah, there's.
I looked around pretty well, and I didn't see anything.
I think the mausoleum might clear up some more familial mystery, but
I don't know if it's worth.
I think the mausoleum might be an extra at this point.
What do you want to do?
So we're being tasked with getting the remains back.
Horts.
One guy wants you to get back. The father groom wants you to get back his son's head, so they can give him a proper burial. The elven patriarch wants you to return horse head to him, any remains that you find, and any bottles of Brandolyn Red.
Okay. All right. Do that, I guess.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Keep going where we think the ant people went.
Okay, following the ants, bypassing the mausoleum.
Yeah.
We already went past the mausoleum, so maybe we can hit on the way back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go back out to the main clearing, and you can see kind of to the, now it would be to the right. When you initially entered this clearing, it was to the left. There's a path where the ants followed off to the left, where it enters through the bramble.
Yep. I'm gonna head that way.
Wait, did you show us the letter between?
I showed everybody the locket and the letter.
Yeah.
Well, I think my people would definitely try to take that and keep it.
No.
Well, they would definitely forcefully take it from you. Like,
Are you guys going to roll initiative?
Do we need to fight over? I found it.
it's,
This is something.
it belongs to our uncle.
No, it belongs to his family. It belongs to his family.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to you at
I
all.
thought it was
From him.
Brandolyn and Lotrin.
Brandolyn and Lotrin, love letters between the two.
Yeah,
And then
Lotrin is a white grass, right?
Lotrin is a whitegrass,
Yeah.
and Brandolyn is a dragon tier that was married into.
If anything,
the
I'm the
Vintners.
only non-associated party here.
Yeah.
So I'll hold on to them.
Yeah.
There's reason for all three of you to have it.
Mm.
My family keep getting gypped.
So you're the only one that doesn't have a reason to keep it, so you're gonna keep it?
For now.
It makes sense.
It
He's
does make sense. He's the only one that
a
wouldn't.
neutral party here.
Yeah, he's the only one that wouldn't have any vested interest in tampering or destroying them.
Again, the elves go.
Okay. So you follow the path that the ants took. And it leads into a clearing with the dirt partially dug out. The bramble is cleared. It looks like it was done maybe by these ants. And it leads to a giant mound in the center of this clearing. A mant hill.
Ant-man hill.
You could see two large ants crawling over the surface of this mant hill.
Man, get a load of those Paul Rudds just chilling out here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So what's your plan?
So they're seemingly guarding.
Yeah.
I'll find one of those YouTubers that pours aluminum down them, and then
There you go.
we're good.
There you
That
go.
one guy who just poured gas down it and
Blew up his
Just
damn
blew
yard.
his yard.
Probably
Yeah.
cracked his foundation.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Mr. Bowman.
Yeah.
This might be prime time.
Could you mute my mic for a bit? Because I'm going to get up.
Yeah,
Go to the boom
same.
boom room.
Also, we could possibly take a break here too.
Well, why don't we do that? We'll take a handful of minute break.
We've been on for 2 hours. So,
Yeah, we'll take a little break.
We'll be right back.
You got anything to say, Chuck?
Oh, yeah, I should do that. If you're watching this on Twitch, we'll be back in a few minutes. If we're watching this on YouTube, I may or may not break this into multiple episodes. I probably will, because a 4-hour episode is too fucking much. So if you're watching this on YouTube, next episode will be out like in a week, maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, eventually.
It's eventually.
Mhm.
So until I see you next time, start fires, do drugs, tip your fucking bartenders. Deuces.